The cybersecurity landscape never sleeps. Every minute, thousands of new threats emerge. Millions of attacks are launched and billions of dollars are at stake. But in this constant stream of cyber incidents and updates, what should you actually care about? Well, that's why we're here. This is the Daily Cyber Threat Brief. I'm Dr. Gerald Auger, and these are the top cyber headlines. All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the party. That was an intro that I made. Just trying to write chops out, kind of class it up a little bit and give an intro for those who are listening on audio only to understand what they're about to get into. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to your Daily Cyber Threat Brief. This is episode 786. I am your host, Dr. Gerald Auger, and over the next hour, me, you, Nerman, Marcus Kyler, and the entire Detroit Lions squad, Valentino the Pain, DJ B-Sec behind the glass, the whole Yeet crew, B-Dubs and the other students in the PBCC, Reed Hurlbird, who holds the black badge in the Simply Cyber Discord server, and many others, including DJ B-Sec behind the glass, are going to be shredding the top cybersecurity news stories of the day, and I'll be giving my expert opinion and analysis on each of those stories, on what it means to you as a practitioner. So how can you use this information to drive cyber risk reduction for your business stakeholders? If you are a solo operator, drop a hashtag Team Solo in chat, meaning that you don't have any kind of coworkers that you can bounce ideas off of. Other InfoSec people, you just been kind of given a hat, a shield, and told to go man the firewall. Well, guess what? The Simply Cyber community is here to be your virtual coworkers. Reach out, share, get support, hashtag Team Solo. And if you're looking to break into the industry, believe me when I tell you, this show is going to be a staple in your life. You're going to be asked in any single job interview, how do you stay current? This right here, if I can point in the right direction, is a phenomenal answer, not just because it keeps us going and informed, but the networking is amazing. What's up, Daniel Harper, hashtag Team Solo. Good to have you in chat. Also, Stones fan, a.k.a. Robert Cooper, in chat or on replay, Team Solo. We got the whole mod team here. Jenny Housley, Kimberly Can Fix It, Justin, Chris, Joseph, Eric, B-Sec, Josh, so many individuals who are here supporting, helping us deliver our best for you as a community. Now, before we get into it, I want you to know a couple things. Number one, I don't research or prep for any of this. I'm too busy dealing with like a partially burnt hand because my son has a backpack that's the size of a, a rucksack that a Marine would have on a 2-week deployment. And he's swinging around and caught me. And, a cup of coffee wasn't designed for that. So I wore it on my hand. So I don't have time to research or prep for any of these stories, my friends. I'm doing the best I can. But you know what? I got 20 years of experience. And there's a lot of us in here that are going to be able to deliver and really distill out value from each of these stories, kind of get the bigger picture. So know that. Also know that shout out and love to the stream sponsors, starting with my good friend Eric Taylor, who's going to be hosting Jaw Jacking today. We are back at full tilt. For those who don't know, I am a faculty at the Citadel Military College. Oh, very nice, Flakinator. Thank you for the Team SC support. Guys, Citadel's back in swing, so Tuesdays and Thursdays, Jaw Jacking will be managed by Tuesdays, Eric Taylor, Thursdays, DJ B-Sec in front of the glass. So let's talk about Barricade Cyber for a minute. Comprehensive ransomware prevention and recovery, check. Barricade Cyber is dedicated to helping businesses from cyber attacks and recover from the damage done. Cyber attacks can cause massive issues for businesses and send dedicated, hardworking business owners into turmoil. But guess what? Did you know? Barricade Cyber Solutions knows how to mitigate the damage done by cyber incidents. Believe that. Check them out at barricadecyber.com. Links in the description below. TLDR, if your business is on virtual fire because a threat actor is wearing your business like a fresh pair of pants, you want to go to barricadecyber.com and get them to help you ASAP. That is what they do, and that's what they do well. All right, Marcus Kyler, we'll be here working it. Hopefully everything is okay with future Mrs. Kyler. Guys, I also want to say shout out and love to ThreatLocker. Dude, ThreatLocker, longtime sponsor, Love what they're doing. Let's do 30 seconds with them. And when I get back, friends, I'm going to tell you how this show will solve all of your CPE problems. Let's go ThreatLocker. I want to give some love to the Daily Cyber Threat Brief sponsor, ThreatLocker. Do zero-day exploits and supply chain attacks keep you up at night? Worry no more. You can harden your security with ThreatLocker. Worldwide, companies like JetBlue trust ThreatLocker to secure their data and keep their business operations flying high. ThreatLocker takes a deny-by-default approach to cybersecurity and provides a full audit of every action allowed or blocked for risk management and compliance. Onboarding and operation is fully supported by their US-based Cyber Hero support team. Get a free 30-day trial and learn more about how ThreatLocker can help prevent ransomware and ensure compliance. All right. Yes, sir. Thank you. What's up, FedEx? Good to see you. So many friends in here. Hashtag Team SC, my friends. Brent Book is in here. I see a lot of PBCC students in here. Straight crushing it this week with the 4-day seminar. Guys, let me tell you something. This particular show can help solve your CPE challenges. How does that work, guys? Every single episode of this show is worth half a CPE. So CPEs are if you have cybersecurity certifications, you need to maintain professional education. The way that you do that is by doing webinars and training and class and stuff, and you document it. Well, every 1 hour of effort is worth 1 CPE. This is an hour-long show, but we have a good time and mess around in a little bit. So just so we're on the, it's inarguable. We say half a CPE. Trust me, if you're here every day, if you're a regular, you can earn up to 120 CPEs a year. All you have to do is take a screenshot of your name in chat. No matter what screen I'm on, chat will be on stage for that reason. Say what's up, hashtag Team SC, and grab a screenshot. You see LG right there, Team SC, good morning. Boom. Grab a screenshot, file it away. Every single day, file it away. It's a little bit of effort, but at the end of the year, you're going to be super pumped you're not watching an identity governance webinar, like nodding off, trying to get 1 CPE. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
So that's what you got to do, all right? It's all about good times up in here, all about community. If you're a first-timer, just to let you know, we have a very special ceremony or ritual for our first-timers. It's super non-intimidating, so don't be intimidated by like, oh, crap, I don't want to identify. If today's your first episode, drop a hashtag first-timer in chat, friends. We have a special emote. We have a special sound effect. If you're, you see on chat, if the names are got colors and the little SC badge after it, they're the ones who can drop the emotes. Those are squad members. We love welcoming our first timers with hugs because we want you to become long timers. All right, guys. Hashtag first timer in chat. Otherwise, if you're a regular, drop a hashtag Team SC. It's great to see you, friends. It's Tuesday, so we're going to have Tidbits Tuesday where I'm going to share a little bit of my personal background, see if we vibe on it. I got a good one. We're going in the Wayback Machine today. But right now, it's time to get to work. So do me a favor. Sit back, relax, and let's let the cool sounds of the hot news wash over us. Fascinating. See you at the mid-roll.
From the CISO series, it's cybersecurity headlines.
These are the cybersecurity headlines for Tuesday, January 7th, 2025. I'm Lauren Verno.
All right, we got our first timer in chat. Yeezy, welcome to the party, pal.
Welcome to the party, pal.
C. Tollison 70, welcome to the party, pal. Squad members, if you can help me out, welcome our first timers.
Welcome to the party, pal.
All right, welcome to the party, pal. Our first timers, C. Tollison and Yeezy. We'll be talking more about them later in the show.
Trainer malware makes major impact. In case you weren't keeping up with the impact of wallet drainer malware in 2024, don't worry, not many of us were. A new report found close to 500 million was stolen through the malicious cryptocurrency scams. The report from Scam Sniffer found a 67% increase from the previous year with over 332,000 victims. The largest single thefts included over 55 million and 32 million, which occurred in August and September, despite the highest activity being recorded in Q1.
All right, so a couple things. Yeah, you could see Luke Canfield talking cold wallets. Guys, here's the reality. If there is a soft spot to commit crime, criminals are going to find it. Like, dude, this is human nature. Go back 2,000 years to when, people are just wearing sandals and mucking around in the sand, and there's like these bizarre type, not bizarre, but bazaar type shops and stuff. And people, have you seen Aladdin where him and Abu are walking through the market and they're like stealing apples and stuff? My thing is, dude, crime is crime, human nature. It's just now they're doing it digitally. There is so much, it's so easy to commit crime in the crypto space. Crypto bros will tell you, oh, it's cool. Like crypto. Dude, if you don't hold the wallet, like if you don't have the keys, you don't hold the coin, first of all. Second of all, it's like soon as it's gone, right? It's even faster than like a wire transfer. Third, there's so many people who are like primed to be taken advantage of because they're being told like, dude, you don't need to work for 40 years and put money away. You don't need to make conservative investments and good choices. You can get rich tomorrow. YOLO, right? Like it's all about getting in early. And because of that, and because there's like no regulations around it, you can do this anywhere. People are stealing all over the place. Scams, NFT dumps, Hawk Tua coin. That's a case study in how to rip people off. Wallet drainer malware. Hey, instead of just ripping people off, let's just empty their wallet. The equivalent of a wallet drainer malware is getting it on someone's box or on their phone or whatever, and you're just siphoning money out of their wallet and into yours. And as far as I can tell, there's really no repercussions from it. Now, I'll tell you a couple things. First and foremost, if you are working in crypto or you know friends and family or whatever that are doing crypto or your staff somehow does crypto, make them aware of these wallet drainer malwares. They're called wallet drainers. I'll be honest, this is the first time I've heard the term wallet drainer malware, but I've seen this technique time and time again. A lot of times what they'll do is they'll try to navigate you off of a platform or off of like we see it in Simply Cyber Discord server periodically where someone will be in Discord and they'll be like, hey, go to this like other Discord server where we're minting a new coin, get in early. And it's like, dude, with all due respect, and this isn't an insult to anyone in here, okay? But the time that we find out about it, the scam is already built. We are the victims. We're the cows walking into the meat grinding manufacturing plant. That's what's going on. Okay, so with wallet drainer malware, if you want to study it, go study it. It's pretty straightforward. I mean, it just gets on there, executes with the permissions you'd think, and moves your money out. It makes a transaction that you don't approve of, but it does it for you. That's what's up, okay? Second of all, crypto, I'm not even going to get into crypto. You know how I feel about crypto, y'all. Jay Gold, a.k.a. Jay Crypto, is him and Charles Finfrock are going to start a crypto hedge fund, I think. I don't know what they're doing. But here's the deal, guys. Wallet draining, quote unquote, made. To say made is ridiculous because it's theft. But they stole $500 million in 2024. This is real money. I could work until I die, and I'm not going to get close to $500 million. Okay, so this is big money, real money. Now, of course, it's all in crypto, so you've got to convert it to actual fiat money and do something with it. I've still yet to see anyone do anything practical with cryptocurrency except buy like a Lamborghini in UAE, which I think is more like, to me, buying a Lambo with Bitcoin in UAE is the equivalent of like the stupid Carvana vending, like car dispensing machine. It's a gimmick, right? Like no one's paying their rent. No one's paying their mortgage with crypto. And if I'm wrong, Jay Crypto, holler at me. But it's just, this whole ecosystem of crypto is a cesspool. But let's focus on the malware. Is there a picture in here on how people get it? There isn't. Okay, guys. Basically, best practices, inform your end users. But can I just tell you one thing that absolutely disgusts me, and then we'll move on? Let's consider this an early amuse-bouche for your Tidbits Tuesday. One thing that absolutely grosses me out. Yeah, I know there's Bitcoin ATM machines, but like, I feel like those are just like more established parts of the scam where they're trying to get you to get like real money into crypto. Anyways, this is what grosses me out, okay? What grosses me out is that somehow the crypto community, and I think this is almost a coping mechanism, the crypto community has normalized that you're supposed to get scammed. Like, if you haven't been scammed yet, you're not a real crypto bro. Like, oh, you got taken by the Hawk Tua coin? Welcome to the party, pal. Like, no. Like, getting mugged on the subway isn't a friggin' rite of passage for people, and getting your crypto stolen or straight up robbed or scammed or taken advantage of because you don't know any better is not okay. It's not a rite of passage. It kills me that, like, again, to use this Hawk Tua thing, a Hawk coin or whatever it is, there's no accountability. There's no repercussions. CoffeeZilla will do a video on it and that'll be the end of it. No one's being brought to justice. So you know what happens when you don't bring people to justice? They do more crime, because why not? If I can mug Wade Wells and get away with it, ooh, why wouldn't I mug him? I love Wade Wells. I'll come back and rob his mustache too. Okay? All right. So Mod Chat's giving me some stuff here. I guess NFL players can be paid in crypto. Kimberly can fix it's dropping that now you can pay rent using crypto. I will say the thing that I'm seeing here. Okay, I guess you can pay rent in crypto. Whatever. Dude, crypto is so... So you go to pay rent in crypto, all right? Your rent's $1,000 a month. You go to pay rent, you got $1,000 in Bitcoin, and then you go to pay rent, it drops, and now it's 600, and your landlord's like, naughty, you need to pay. And then you give them the $600 and you're like, hey, I'll get you the rest of the rent on Tuesday. They're like, no problem. And then the next day it shoots up to $2,000. And you're like, well, the crypto I paid you went from 600 to 2,000. And they're like, naughty. I own that crypto. I own $2,000. The whole thing is a hot mess express. All right, let's keep going.
U.S. telecom breach list grows. Three more.
All right, so Jay Crypto's talking about Cash App has Bitcoin. Apparently, I've turned into an old man yelling at a cloud. I think crypto is still it's whatever.
More communication companies, Charter Communications, Consolidated Communications, and Windstream have joined the list of those impacted by the Salt Typhoon breach. Now, that's according to the Wall Street Journal. A White House official announced the breach last month, stating that Chinese hackers targeted 9 U.S. telecom companies. Though it remains unclear whether these 3 are part of the initial 9 or additional victims. As of this recording, AT&T, Verizon, Lumen, and T-Mobile are the 4 communication providers that have confirmed being impacted by the attack.
All right. While this is probably one of the biggest stories in the news, like this is kind of a thin story, honestly, simply because, okay, we'll have to do a whole what you can pay with crypto segment a little bit, and I can take a lap, take the L, as you Gen Z kids say. All right, so Chinese hackers also breached Charter and Windstream. Guys, Salt Typhoon is all up in your telecom, right? All the big ones, AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile, although Jeff Simon over at T-Mobile said we stopped the attack fully and routed them out. Lumen says that they got them all out. Remains to be seen. Anyways, this is a massive development in state-on-state action or nation-on-nation action. It's not okay for China to hack United States telecom companies. It wasn't okay for North Korea to attack Sony Pictures. It was arguably not okay to fly a weather balloon over the United States, but that's less cyber. But the rules of engagement are different on the cyber space battlefield, or you know what I mean? Like, cyberspace is a domain, but it's not a geographic domain, and no one really owns it. It is incredibly hostile, though, so there is that. We'll see where this goes. When you're doing the cyber kill chain, or not, excuse me, cyber kill chain, when you're doing the, an information security program comprehensively, NIST cybersecurity framework, you have your controls in place to stop stuff like this from happening, but you also must be living right of boom. Wade Wells has a cottage right of boom. His mustache has an in-law apartment right off the cottage. They both live right of boom. Right of boom is after bad happens. Detection, response, recovery. This is right of boom. The good news is we have executed the detection part. We smell what China is stepping in, and we get it. We know they're in the telecoms. Now is the response phase of it. How bad is it? Where are they? Can we quarantine it? Can we eradicate them? Lumen says they eradicated them. Good. This is executing the information security framework. And if you're looking to break into the industry, this is a fundamental concept that you have to know. Yeah, CIA triad. Great. That's day one. Get your coffee. Bathrooms are in the back on the right. Lunch is at 11. CIA triad. That's what you get. But after lunch, still day one. Information security framework program, comprehensive execution, identify your assets, protect them with controls, detect when bad happens, respond to the bad so you get your arms around it, and recover to a known good state, basically sweeping the threat actors out your environment. That's day two before the mid-afternoon tea and coffee segment, all right? So if you're looking to break into the industry, you really got to wrap your head around that. I feel like people don't talk enough about the information security frameworks and the comprehensive approach. GRC Mafia, we are living our best life in 2025. Okay, again, I'm trying to make chicken soup out of this out of this story here, because it's like basically every day it's a new China Salt Typhoon telecom issue. The TLDR here is they got into some more networks. The damage is done, bro, right? Like, okay. Like tomorrow they find out they're in Mint Mobile and Boost. Okay. Like, doesn't change anything. We understand. The impact is identified. The worst has happened. We're in the response phase now. All right. Yes, I heart NIST. Who doesn't like a good NIST special pub? Am I right? Am I right?
Urgent warning on Moxa router vulnerabilities. Moxa has disclosed 2 critical vulnerabilities in its industrial networking devices, impacting several models of routers and network security appliances. The flaws allow attackers to escalate privileges to root and execute arbitrary commands, with one exploitable remotely without authentication. While Moxa has released patches for many affected devices, some models like NAT102 and on-cell LTE4 series require direct support or have no patch available. The company advises immediate action, including limiting network exposure, restricting SSH access, and deploying intrusion detection systems to mitigate the risk.
All right. So you may want to, if you work in industrial control system spaces and you have Moxa technology, you may want to turn your car around and go home and get your flame retardant suit on, perhaps grab your extra pair of brown pants and wear them to work today. This is this technology called Moxa. I don't know what it is. Obviously, it has to do with industrial control systems. What's worth noting here is the first vulnerability. I wish this story wrote the vulnerabilities in the opposite order. I'm going to read them in the opposite order because I feel like they need to be communicated in the opposite order, okay? The first one allows you to use special characters, so think of Unicode or whatever, hashtags, like whatever, right? To bypass input restrictions to conduct operating system command injection attacks on the firmware, okay? This attack can be done remotely by unauthenticated users. Remote code execution, unauthenticated. This is the worst, okay? This is the worst kind of vulnerability. You can do it from anywhere in the world, and you don't have to have credentials. Now, obviously, that device has to be accessible from anywhere in the world. I don't know why I said that word that way. Accessible. So if you can execute OS commands at any point from anywhere, you know what would be the first thing to do? Create a user account. Once you do that, you can use the second flaw where you can take a user that's authenticated. Guess what? That's you now. And you can use hard-coded credentials in the firmware to get root access. The old privilege escalation, the old RCE chain to privesc. This is this is hacking 101. You get an initial foothold, and then you escalate privileges, and then you're the captain now, right? Can I get a Captain? What is it? Captain Smith, Captain Jones, Captain Roberts? What was the Tom Hanks movie where the Somalis took over the thing? And that dude said he was the captain now. All right. Anyways, TLDR, this isn't good. This is actually a case study on how you can chain vulnerabilities together in order to get root level access. If you're an aspiring pen tester, this is a case study on what it looks like. Recon, scan with Shodan, find the problem. Weapon delivery, get that special character, bypass authentication, create a new user account. In the traditional cyber kill chain, it's a straight line, but it's actually cyclical. You're going to cycle back over and escalate privileges and then take action on objective. Captain Phillips, thank you. Thank you, team. Thank you, Team SC. So basically, you get all up in industrial control systems and say, look at me. I'm the captain of this, oil refinery now. All right. All right. So you got to patch it. You got to patch it. Also want to quickly say, because this caught my eye, and I just love GRC. My Garrett Anderson shares. Garrett, Cyber Pappy, steal Rudy, then steal booty. I like that. Garrett Anderson shares that his life is NIST special pubs and CSF 2.0. Got into GRC 5 months ago, and the ability to simply understand the frameworks is a game changer. It is. That's why I'm telling you, everybody. Okay, you don't just have to pension for clipboards and pencils, right? Pen testers can get benefit. Anyone that works in information security will benefit by understanding information security frameworks. You'd really benefit if you understood GRC, but it's not GRC. Sometimes I talk to red teamers and they roll their eyes at me and I'm like, oh, you don't even know. You don't know the power of GRC. Oh, basically GRC Mafia is like that pencil sketch meme of the guy in the corner at the party and the people are dancing. The red teamers are dancing, the blue teamers are dancing, and the GRC guy's in the corner. He's like, you have no idea how important information security frameworks and NIST special publications are. But one day you will. One day you will. All right.
Android info stealer masquerades as Telegram Premium. An Android malware named Firescam is posing as a Telegram Premium app to steal sensitive data and maintain persistent control over infected devices. Distributed through a phishing site impersonating Rustore, a Russian app store, the malware uses a multi-stage infection process and requests extensive permissions to intercept notifications, messages, and app data while preventing legitimate updates. Stolen information is exfiltrated to a Firebase database and transmitted via a command and control server, leveraging legitimate services to evade detection.
Yep. All right. So this is a good one. Basically, this is a. Hold on one second. I just want to make sure. We got into a big fight as a community last week about what a Trojan was and what RAT stood for. So I just want to give me a second. I want to see if this is a Trojan or just a piece of malware. Okay, this is not a Trojan. Okay, so check it out. This is basically a attack on Telegram. Threat actors set up a fake landing page that looks like a Google Play Store except in Russia. You download it for premium services to Telegram. So obviously they're targeting Telegram users. And once you install it, you give it all the permissions because it needs to run on your device. That's where they trick you. And then boom, boom, it does data exfil. It establishes persistence. This seems like a complete piece of malware doing all the things that you would want malware, like high quality malware to do. a lot of people, I will tell you, based on what I know, a lot of Eastern Europeans use Telegram quite a bit. I had a Ukrainian student in my class last year, and he's like, "Oh yeah, Telegram. It's like a standard. You know how like we do group messages, WhatsApp's popular, Facebook Messenger, whatever. In Europe, Eastern Europe at least, Roswell, UK, you can chime in if it's big in Western Europe, but Telegram's popular. So it's a rich target to impersonate, and basically it's just straight malware, homie. It doesn't do any software exploitation. It weaponizes social engineering to convince a victim to install it. The victim installs it under the victim's permissions, probably clicks through some warnings and pop-ups that say, "Are you sure you want to do this? Like, you sure you want to install malware?" And boom, you're owned. Worth sharing with your end users. Now, I will tell you, it's possible that this won't hit as well with US-based end users because it is a Russian store and there's a bit of a disconnect between this doesn't affect me. But look at this ad. This looks like a legitimate ad. It's got not a 5-star rating, right? 4.3, 2 million downloads, classy, clean looking screenshots. Nothing about this screams scam or malware. This looks legit. If you're watching on video right now, you can see the screenshot of the Russian store. So it's very easy to imagine someone falling for this. The only reason I share that is because I feel like end users and Yeezy and C. Tomlinson are first timers. Carl is a token end user that we refer to who doesn't work in cyber. End users believe for some reason that when you go to like a malicious controlled website, it's going to look like some dark web marketplace from the 90s where like, there's like roots and weeds growing out of it and there's mold and like you can hear liquid dripping somewhere in the distance and there's like, people with hoodies on, and you're going to know it doesn't work that way. Yes, in the real world, when you take a wrong turn in a city and you get like a vibe that like, ooh, I don't want to be in this dark alley. You get the vibes. In cyberspace, that doesn't happen. This is a dark alley with criminals in it. And it looks like a shiny bubblegum, brand new Mac OS interface. Like, that's what happens. So it's important to educate our end users on the reality of what criminal enterprise looks like.
Thanks to today's episode sponsor, Nudge Security. Who's using AI tools in your org? Find out today with Nudge Security. Nudge Security discovers every Gen AI tool ever used in your org, even those you've never heard of. For each tool, you'll see who introduced it, who else is using it, where it's integrated into other tools, and a vendor security profile. Visit nudgesecurity.com/AI and get your free Gen AI inventory today. That's nudgesecurity.com/AI.
Also want to say shout out and thanks to the stream sponsor, Delete Me. Let's do Delete Me. When I come back, we're going to talk about this community. It's the mid-roll. As a person that exists publicly, especially since I share my opinions and hot takes daily, I'm hyper aware of my safety and security, and it's even easier to find personal information about people online these days. All the data is just hanging out there on the internet, and it can have real life consequences. But I recently found a solution, and this service is called Delete Me. Delete Me is a subscription service that removes your personal info from the largest people search databases on the web, and in the process helps prevent ID theft, doxing, phishing scams, stuff like that. And when you sign up, you tell Delete Me what data you want deleted, and they go off and do it. Cool thing is you get a personalized privacy report every month that shows what they deleted, where they found it, etc. It's pretty cool. For me personally, it's like outsourcing your online privacy, which honestly, I don't have time to do that myself or do it well. So for them to handle it is awesome. Take control of your data and keep your private life private by signing up for Delete Me now at the special discount for Simply Cyber listeners. The only way to get 20% off is to go to joindeleteme.com/simplycyber and enter code simplycyber at checkout. That's JOINDELETEME. It's the mid-roll. All right. Shout out to all of you. Hey, you first timers. I know Dan Toner's a long timer now, but for you first timers like Easy, C. Tomlinson, we do this every mid-roll every single day. Feel it. Guys, thank you all so very much. Shout out again to Kimberly Can Fix It, who's just leveling up the visual of the stream. We've got this new thumbnail. We've got this new mid-roll. Just continuing to crush it as an absolute boss. Thank you, Kimberly Can Fix It. Guys, thank you to all of you. If you're getting value from the stream, Carrie, I appreciate that, but it is what it is, my friend. Hey, guys, I want to say, if you're getting value from the stream, do me a favor and hit that like button on YouTube. And I appreciate individuals. Somebody said earlier that they went on Reddit and shared the stream with some people. We are here to help people. We are here to level people up. We're here for community. Simply Cyber's core values are support, inclusion, value delivery, meaning anything we're delivering, we're trying to make it exceed expectations on value, and integrity. And we live that every day. So thank you so very much. My chin is larger in that pic. I don't know, maybe. Guys, I got to tell you, every single day of the week has a special segment. And Tuesdays is Tidbits Tuesday. Welcome to the new graphic. I'll give you one guess at who developed this graphic. It's our very own Kimberly Can Fix It. Again, leveling up the freaking stream. So amazing. All right, guys. So every Tuesday, I share a little bit about myself, see if we vibe. Guys, let me tell you, when I was young, all right, so we're going in the Wayback Machine. When I was young, I would get home from school, like 3rd grade, 4th grade, 5th grade, 6th grade. I was a bit of a latchkey kid, so I'd be home, by myself, basically. And I'd always want a snack when I got home from school. And for like a solid 2 or 3 years, my go-to snack was strawberry Pop-Tarts with the crusty top, this thing right here, all day, every day. I must have eaten 1,000 of these things. So I don't know if you had a go-to snack when you got home from school as a kid. I'd probably have like a sugar coma if I ate one of these today. But like, to me, this was a healthy snack because it had strawberry pictures in it. I don't know. Strawberry Pop-Tarts is where it's at. What about you guys? What was your go-to snack when you got home from school? Maybe peanut butter crackers? Maybe you had someone actually making you a healthy meal? I don't know. Brown sugar Pop-Tarts. Oh, we can get into a fight about the Pop-Tart flavors. We can definitely do that. Uh-oh. All right, let's do a poll. Brown sugar Pop-Tarts versus strawberry Pop-Tarts. All right. Hey, let's do this. Hold on 1 second. We're going to have to do this in 2 phases here. Brown sugar. I wasn't prepared for this, but Wade Wells' mustache got involved. So let's go. We're going to start a poll. Right before we do the laws, let me say shout out to Antisyphon Training, who is also a stream sponsor. Love that. Vote on your things right now. Let us know in chat what your snack was. We'll do Antisyphon, and when we come back, Alpha Sierra is going to lead us in the laws as we slide back into the second half of the show. Do you want cutting-edge, high-quality cybersecurity education, regardless of financial position? Check this out. I want to give some love and some praise to Antisyphon Training, powered by Black Hills Information Security. Antisyphon Training is absolutely disrupting the traditional cybersecurity training industry by providing high-quality, cutting-edge education to everyone, regardless of financial position. They bring industry professionals with years and years of experience into the classroom to teach you and anyone else who's interested practical skills that are in demand in the market today. And on top of that, the student experience is amazing, as you and hundreds or thousands in some instances of other students are actively engaging, networking, sharing tips, tricks, and experiences with each other, all live in the classroom. Go to antisyphontraining.com, check out their course calendar to see what course. All right, let's do our laws. Alpha Sierra, lead us off. right, let's slide back into the stream. The community is torn down the middle on the Pop-Tarts crisis.
New Eager Bee variant lands globally. The Eager Bee malware is just that, an Eager Bee. A new variant of the malware, previously linked to Chinese state-backed groups, is now targeting ISPs and government entities in the Middle East. Known for its stealth and in-memory operations, the malware features advanced plugins for file manipulation, remote access, service control, and network monitoring, all orchestrated via a plugin manager. Attributed to the Coughing Down threat group, the malware has connections to earlier attacks exploiting the proxy logon vulnerability targeting Southeast Asian organizations.
All right. Dude. Sorry. I just had like a wicked pain in my stomach. Okay. So, more China. Quick reminder to everybody, threat actor names they change, like every single cybersecurity company has their own naming convention. Yes, I don't know if s'mores Pop-Tarts are going to help with the pain. So when you get nation state level malware, yes, North Korea will attack regular businesses and stuff, but for the most part, we're talking espionage, nation on nation action. Eager Bee backdoor. Now, the backdoor is a piece of malware, but it's very specific in that it allows remote access typically, and kind of a persistence mechanism. It's attacking Middle Eastern governments. And remember, Middle East has like Iran and Israel, Saudi and Kuwait. So when you say Middle Eastern, it's like it doesn't necessarily indicate which side is doing what. It looks like the malware was seen in attacks by Chinese state-sponsored threat actors. So this could be China. Although just because you see it used by China doesn't mean it is exclusively China, right? Malware can get out and then repurposed. And sometimes, if you're a really good nation-state threat actor, you can use another country's malware in order to throw off the scent that it is in fact you, right? A little, what do they call that? Counterintelligence type stuff. It's like wearing glasses when you rob a store, and then they're like, "Oh, the perpetrator wore glasses," and you're like, "I never worn glasses in my life," and they're like, "Oh, it's not you," right? Obviously, that's a silly example. A silly example, but it makes the point, right? Let's see. Another important thing to realize is really good malware, guys. Really good malware, and just so everybody knows, the stomach pain is not part of my digestive tract. It feels like an organ hurts. Really good malware is not like a monolithic piece of software. Okay, good malware in 2025 is modular, just like everything else that's really good software is modular, right? So you have plugins, you have frameworks, you have a main core module that is established to take in new updates and new modules. Think of it as like a API kind of thing. We build them essentially in the world of software engineering. It's called coupling and decoupling. And you want software to be decoupled because you don't want to have to reinstall the main framework in order to extend services, push updates, change keys, all these other things, right? So in this particular instance, if you work in I do need to drink water, actually, Luke Canfield. Maybe the 728 ounce cup of coffee is not a best practice. We'll see. If you work in the Middle East, if you're responsible for governments or ISPs in the Middle East, you are in scope for this. But you can see here, it says 2 East Asian organizations were breached via the exploit. Wait, hold on. This is stupid, but whatever. If you're Here's the thing. Listen, if you find eager bee backdoor malware in your environment, you've already been compromised. A backdoor piece of malware is post exploitation. You've already been breached. How do they get there? Initial access, right? It could be technical exploitation. It could be misconfiguration. It could be compromised credentials. But a backdoor, if you see backdoor beaconing in your telemetry, like you've got bigger problems. Like the call is coming from upstairs inside the house. All right. So in this instance, they said they've seen something similar with Microsoft Exchange proxy logon flaw. But dude, like this is, if for the uninitiated, this is a bit of a red herring because yeah, if you're running Exchange on-prem and you have this flaw, it could get popped, but this is not isolated to how you get screwed over by this particular attack. I would say if you're interested in becoming a blue teamer, SOC analyst, a detection engineer like Wade Wells' mustache, then it is worth reading this particular story and getting the IOCs. You could see it deploys this DLL or dynamically linked executable in the System32 directory. So you could go look in that directory for that as part of threat hunting. NT user o.dat. Again, sometimes it's worth noting, sometimes the threat actors name the files the same thing to overwrite the existing file, kind of like a rootkit style. So just because you find this DLL in the System32 directory does not mean you're compromised. You'd actually want to check the signature on it, or the, basically the file signature at that point. Looking at this looks like it is PowerShell code, I guess. Here's the backdoor loading sequence. So you can see that. It gets a little bit technical if you're digging it. I would say this is good. Like I said, if you want to work on the blue team side, this is pretty good to get into. Also, you can see some PowerShell in here, so worth learning a little bit of PowerShell. I am by no means a PowerShell person. And you can see here, once it initializes, because it's a backdoor, it needs to report into the C2 or command and control server. You will see that in your network logs, okay? Malware cannot communicate with the outside world unless it's communicating with the outside world, which means you have an opportunity to see that communication in your logs, okay? And you can see the story here actually lists the 5 plugins. So if you're interested, go look at that.
The cyber attacks that just keep giving. We all know hackers don't take the day off even during the holidays. 2 U.S. school districts in Maine and Tennessee fell victim to attacks over Christmas and New Year's, a time when cyber criminals know IT staffing will be low. South Portland Public Schools in Maine, which serves 3,000 students and nearly 600 employees, detected a breach that led them to take their network offline. And although no data was compromised, the attack did cause significant disruption. Meanwhile, Rutherford County Schools in Tennessee, which serves more than 51,000 students, revealed in late December they had been dealing with a, quote, network and systems disruption since the Thanksgiving holiday. That attack did lead to employee personal information being stolen.
All right. So sadly, Maine is in the story, but not because of their privacy regulations. Spilling the tea. Gen Z, see what I just did there? For spilling the tea on some type of data breach. Actually, the data breach is in Portland, Maine this time. 2 school districts, guys. K through 12 has been getting ramrodded like, no pants running backwards through a cornfield. Like, it's not good in the United States to be in IT or InfoSec in K through 12 schools. They're underfunded. They are asked to do more with less. And, we could see it. It happened in Minneapolis. It happened in LA. It happened in Houston. It happened in Maine, Portland, Maine now, Spartanburg, South Carolina. Like it's dude, it's all over the place. It's a soft target. It's not really much different than this wallet drainer malware. I mean, it's 2 wildly different attacks, but my point is, soft target, threat actors are going to get all up on it. Now, I guess for what it's worth, They did target it during the holidays, Christmas to New Year's, which definitely is when, staff is limited. You have less staff, you have junior staff, right? Most senior people who have all the answers to the test take that time off. By the way, just as a quick aside, little bonus tidbits Tuesday, because it just occurred to me. Bonus tidbits Tuesday. I don't know about you guys, but in my younger part of my career, like 25 to 30, I remember like loving working that period of time between like, the holidays period, basically, because there was like nobody there and there was like very little work going on. I felt like I was like making free money. I could like watch Netflix. I could do whatever, like learn, study, do whatever, improve some stuff. And I was like, oh, this is the best. And now because I'm old and gray and yell at clouds, I'm like, oh man, it's the best not to have to work during that period. Nothing's happening, so I'm not missing anything. And I'm able to like recharge and spend time with my family. Yeah, I wasn't watching Netflix. I just said that as a thing. Like basically what I was doing during that time period was actually, I would pick up new skills. Some of them never really manifested into value. Like I learned Tickle, TCL, which was a programming language that like never really paid dividends. Anyways, I don't know about you, but I would love to know in chat, did you love working during that period and now you don't? Or did you never like that period? Or do you still like working in that period? I don't know. Let's keep going. Oh, wait. School district, TLDR. It's going to keep happening. Do what you can. Teach, like K through 12 teachers don't get paid enough in the United States, and they're certainly not going to invest in IT InfoSec. So if I had to make an incredibly safe hot take, this is going to continue happening. We will have a K through 12 school district get popped every single month in 2025.
Tenable issues Nessus update. 2 Tenable Nessus agents have been disabled after it was discovered they would go offline when installing a faulty update. The affected versions 10.8.0 and 10.8.1 were disabled, with Tenable releasing version 10.8.2 to resolve the issue and resume plugin feed updates, advising customers to either update to the new version or actually downgrade to the prior version. Organizations using agent profiles are also instructed to reset and manually update the plugins to restore functionality.
That sucks. So in the world of vulnerability scanning, there's a couple big players. There's only a few actually, right? Tenable, Nessus, Qualys. I will say exposure management is like the evolution of vulnerability management, and there are other players out there like Antisyphon Cyber, which I famously have done a class with. If you didn't know, really quickly, I haven't talked about this in a while, but let me see. I don't talk about it, but I should. I actually did a full class on exposure management. Like it's a full, I think 5 CPEs. There's this guy, right? I don't talk about it, but you could take this class for free, and it's all about exposure management. So here, free exposure management class. Again, one thing that you'll learn about me here at Simply Cyber, unfortunately or fortunately, we do so much for the community that I forget a lot of times. Fortunately, we have a great team here. The mod team is wonderful, and they and the extended Team SC community will always share these things, but I forget these things sometimes. So here's the deal. If you're using Tenable, which many of us are, you either need to upgrade the Nessus agents or downgrade the Nessus agents, because this faulty plugin can lead to, I believe it can lead to an availability issue. Yeah, agents are going offline following a plugin update. So if your SOP is just to spam update all the things, you're going to run into a problem. If you're having issues with your Tenable Nessus scanner, this could be why. All right. So personally, if you can upgrade, I would upgrade.
you gotta patch it?
If you're a one-person shop like Daniel Harper or Robert Cooper, and you are responsible for Tenable as well, I would put this into your workflow. Now, remember, some plugins go down. Not all plugins. Tenable still scans, so you may not even know. You still could be getting scans running, still get results. You may not necessarily see it as not running, right? So like it's not fully down. It's just not scanning everything. So be mindful of that. Again, Tenable is a really popular one. I use Tenable, or I should say I've used Qualys and I've used Tenable. I've never used Rapid7 scanner. People have, pros and cons. The one thing about Tenable that I never really liked is like you can buy this is getting really into really operational stuff. But like with Tenable, you can buy the scanner for like $3,000 a year, which is really affordable. But then the reporting mechanism is like $70,000. And like the reporting is really what you need. Like the scanner's fine, but like that's like step one, like getting reports, understanding trends, having a plan, being able to do all these things. So then what you end up doing is, or what I ended up doing was building a Power BI dashboard and feeding in, but it's just kind of janky and everything like that. So whatever, I'm not going to judge the way that they price their products and stuff like that, but not a sponsor, but I've used it. It's pretty good. I like it.
Argentina airport security compromised. Hackers have reportedly compromised Argentina's airport security payroll system, gaining access to personal and financial data of officers and civilian staff. The attackers used a vulnerability in Banco Nacion's systems, which processes the payroll to withdraw small amounts from employees' salaries under false labels, ranging from 2,000 to 5,000 pesos, which is about 100 to 245 American dollars. The airport security force has blocked some services in response and launched an internal cybersecurity campaign, though it remains unclear if the attack was financially or politically motivated.
All right. Yes, entrapment. Here we go. Entrapment. There we go. Entrapment. Here we go. Let's see. Well, hold on. Some of these pictures are not what I want to share. I don't know if you guys have seen the movie Entrapment. Excellent movie. Catherine Zeta-Jones, Sean Connery, 1999's own. You can see here with the old blindfold on, doing like an obstacle course. There's a great team building exercise, bunch of lasers in a blindfold. The movie's premise was the old salami attack. And I don't want anyone making any crude jokes about salami and Catherine Zeta-Jones here in this movie, because there is a really famous scene where she's trying to get around the lasers and she puts herself in kind of a provocative position. What I want you to know is the salami attack, which we really don't hear very often, is, this is a legit attack. The salami attack is where you attack, like, it was the same attack in Office Space. You attack some type of financial institution and you basically bleed off inconsequential amounts of money that no one really notices, but then it amounts to a lot of money. Office Space did it. Entrapment did it. In the movie Entrapment, they tried to they did it at midnight, Y2K, and they hit it, in like the 1 minute time while everybody was syncing clocks. Anyways, whatever. In this instance, hackers very cleverly were basically bleeding off, $300, $400, $500 at a rip, $100 to $245 under false labels. Guys, I gotta tell you, this is clever, right? You know how people who are greedy get caught? I'm telling you right now, I love financial fraud. I love studying financial fraud. Kimberly, can you, or Mods, can you pull up that textbook, The Principles of Fraud Accounting? I love this book. Listen, the way that most people get caught committing financial fraud is greed.
Straight cash, homie.
They steal a little bit and no one notices. They steal more, no one notices. They steal a lot, someone notices, and then the whole thing collapses down. Dude, put it in perspective. I literally just saw this yesterday. This is gonna make you want to puke. What is it? $9 billion. Dude, check this woman out. This is crazy. This woman right here, she's got the death penalty. She stole, wait for it, $27 billion from Vietnam. Okay, so she was like a president of a bank in Vietnam or something like that. And through whatever means, she stole $27 billion. She's been put to the death penalty unless she pays back $9 billion by a certain date. So she's got this like ticking time bomb and she's got to come up with $9 billion. I don't know about you guys, but like, you know, I keep a little cash on hand here at the house, but $9 billion, I certainly don't. So like when you get greedy, you get caught. These hackers, they were only stealing a couple $100 a rip, but you know, they got caught. I'm sure somebody in the finance office did an audit and found it. Yes, this is my favorite book. Check this out. There's been multiple iterations of this book, but Joseph Wells is considered like the authority on this. This book right here, Principles of Fraud Examination. Oh my God. Give me some of that. Like all day, every day. Check it out. This book is awesome. Hold on. This is the Corporate Fraud Handbook. I don't know about this one. I haven't read this one. Okay, but I have read this one. And let me just show you really quickly. Go down a little rabbit hole. Fraud examination taxonomy. Okay. Look at this. Can we see this? Oh my God. Guys, hey, I know some of you are new first timers, like Yeezy and others, but dude, I love infographics. Okay. And this textbook has arguably one of the sexiest infographics ever. Now it's all pixelated here, but literally what you're looking at here is every conceivable way to commit financial fraud. And the book has a chapter for each box here, and each chapter representing each box of how to commit fraud has 3 or 4 real life case studies that happened and how they perpetrated it. It is a phenomenal read. And honestly, it's a textbook, but it's so worth it. It's so good. It's so good. All right. So TLDR, this is a great financial attack. The hackers probably thought they were going to make off into the sunset indefinitely. How they got the information in, I don't know. Or how they got the salami attack executing, I don't know. It's pretty complicated. You'd have to understand the financial system. You'd have to get something, looping, but we'll see what it is. The name of the book is, hold on one second. The name of the book is Principles of Fraud Examination. Now, I do want to tell you really quickly. Here, I'll drop a link. This is looks like I get 4.5% commission, whatever. Here's the book link. Okay. And then Kimberly Can Fix It said that this book's really good too. I haven't read this one, but it's by the same author. And if I had to guess, it's probably wicked good. So here's the How to Commit Corporate Fraud book. This is kind of your Threat Actor Academy freshman year type read. Corporate Fraud Handbook. Okay. There we go. All right. Well, wasn't this just a fun episode? Let's do this. Also, just really quickly, because of that taxonomy, we should really do this. This is what happens in my mind when I see a sexy infographic. So good. All right, guys, we did it. We made it to the end. Thank you all so very much for being here today. I hope you got value from the stream. If you did, hit the like button on the way out. More importantly, tell a friend. Matt McBrayer, first timer, welcome to the party, pal. I hope you had a good time, Matt McBrayer. I hope you had a good time, Yeezy. I hope you had a good time, D. Collinson, and all you long-timers, squad members, friends, Team SC. I hope you had a good time as always. We're here every single morning at 8 a.m. Eastern time, delivering hot takes, hot news, occasional audio issues. Guys, I'm Jerry from Simply Cyber. Thank you. Don't go anywhere as we pivot into jaw-jacking. We will be joined by Chief Forensics Officer Eric Taylor over at Barricade Cyber Solutions. He's going to be answering your questions for the next 30 minutes or so as we get into the Citadel semester. So thank you so very much. Be good. And until next time, y'all, stay secure. I will see you guys. If you're in my PBCC course, I will see you at 11 a.m. Eastern time. Till next time, stay secure. Ever wonder what it takes to break into cybersecurity? Join us every weekday for Jawjacking, where industry experts answer your burning questions about the cybersecurity field. Live, unfiltered, and totally free. Let's level up together. It's time for some Jawjacking.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever in the world you are. Thank you so much for tuning in. It has been several weeks. I have missed you all. Hopefully, y'all are all doing well. And I just want to say, Gen Beta, just calm down back there. We hear you, but when you can actually speak words, we'll let you come up and talk, okay? Until then, just pipe down back there. Hope everybody's doing good. Let's get some music going. If you're new to this is Jawjacking. I sit here and answer your goofy questions. You ask me from a technical standpoint of what's going on, and I kind of give you the answers of the way I see it. So I am not as polished and refined as Dr. Gerald Auger. I just kind of shoot from the hip and tell you the way that I feel about things. What's up, Carrie? What's up, Angular? See you in chat. It's been a while. Hold on a second. Let's do this. Because it's been a while since I've been able to do this sounder. And sorry, I'm not a little bit more prepped on this one, but it is what it is. Let's see. We'll do this. We'll do this. I'm just going to share this long enough to play this sound because I do have all my sounders going off in the background. So we'll do this, flip this around. Turning knobs and flipping switches, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. Got to get the dolphin in there, ladies and gentlemen, every once in a while. Is that music good? Is everybody vibing with that? Going to see what questions we may have. Checking mod chat. Pamela, good morning. What's up, Luke? Joseph, good to see you, man. Take care of yourself. That spicy dolphin hit my boat. Well, at least it's not the U.S. Navy's boat. Otherwise, that'd be under attack right now. If you don't know the reference, you ever want to get into a battle with the United States military, especially the Navy, just go over there and put a finger on one of the U.S. Navy boats. They lose their mind. Like I said, if you're new to this thing, then post your questions, put a Q:, and we will get to your questions here. Let's see, like Sin Sailor's here. What's the best way to find job postings for jobs in more obscure places? Seems like the best chance to get a job is at a small place or something not posted on job sites like Indeed. Yeah, unfortunately, Sean Sailors, that is going to be, you got to know a person who knows a person. It's definitely an interesting situation to go through right now for the job market. I haven't been up to date on it since the holidays, so I'm not 100% sure, what that looks like. But I do know, knowing somebody, knowing a person of a person helps you get there. Yeah, MSPs are a good one. Yeah, different way of saying it. Like I said, knowing somebody of somebody, but Felis there put it very, very well, very, very well. Cyber Pappy is also touting the benefits of working for an MSP. Question: do you play Fortnite? I did at one time. The only reason I got into Fortnite was for Hunter. So I still have a Fortnite account. Hunter still has a Fortnite account. One of these days I'm going to get around to shutting that thing down. But it's not something I am mentally prepared for yet. I was thinking of you and the video did when I found my Blockbuster card. Are you just trying to age me? I had a Blockbuster card. How do you find an MSP and could I work there? I don't know if you can work there or not. I mean, you've gone through a lot of the trainings that the MSP would probably like, but go to Google and find local computer company near me. Most of them are going to be MSPs. And just start talking to them. Like I told you before, and privately, bud, that start looking at local computer shops, and MSPs the same way. So. Felis, do you recommend Signal, Telegram, Discord, Slack, etc. for OOB, so out of bands, so communications? I personally, in most of my cohorts, we all use Signal. I'm not a huge person. The only reason I'm on Telegram is literally for the Simply Cyber community, a couple of other ones, and for Black Hills. And I literally only have it on my desktop, so. If I'm not literally sitting here at this desk, I don't have access to Discord. Same thing with Slack. I've pretty much pivoted away from Slack altogether. I've even got most of my clients who are communicating with us on Slack over to Signal now. I think I have one still left, maybe. But my personal preference is Signal. What tool software do you recommend for analyzing a machine that is suspected to have malware on it, or do you recommend just using an EDR to take care of it? So from a forensic standpoint, oh yeah, I mean, just from an analyst, this actually is good for both. I mean, it's pretty much the same thing, right? You're going to throw on your EDR choice, whether it's CrowdStrike, SentinelOne. I don't think Carbon Black really is up there anymore. I think they're kind of fading away, that product. Find yourself. Trend Micros 1 is a new upcomer. I haven't heard anything recently about them, but they were starting to make some waves in Q3 last year and really holding a lot of conferences and building some brand awareness about their revamping EDR. So definitely take a look at least those three. And throw it on there, have it run a scan on the system, see what's happening. If you need to do further analysis, then you just use your tools that you're comfortable with using, right? So but yeah, my first step would be to throw an EDR on it, about a valid EDR. and kind of go from there. Yeah, IT MSPs in your area is also good. Like I said, most of the time we just do Google the local computer shop near me, you're going to get those, right? Hold on, somebody said the magic word according to mod chat. Let me find this. Let's get triggered. Thoughts on Huntress? All right. The comments and opinions for coming after this are me of my own. They're not a Dr. Gerald Auger or the Simply Cyber community, but I personally don't like Huntress. They are selling a service for MSPs to be an all-in defending when all it is a modified sysinternals auto-run program that's being monitored by a SOC. You can literally do that yourself. They throw on some canaries and they're calling themselves an EDR. It's not a freaking EDR. Do they do really cool stuff for the MSP? Absolutely. They come in, they help bail out MSPs, they help do a lot of cool and remarkable stuff. But their agent, I don't care for. I think it's very misleading in the way that they're marketing it. And when you really push them, they will admit, yes, our agent is a auto runs. And it's really, really sad because you really have people like John Hammond and Kyle, who owns the freaking company, and so many talented sons of a, they could really become an awesome SOC. Like they could sell massive SOC services. They were really on a cusp of it, especially when the Kaseya thing had what, a year and a half, 2 years ago, roughly about now. And they demonstrated, like, we were able to roll these agents back on our managed clients. Like, they have the capabilities of doing some really awesome stuff. I don't know why they're not doing it. I don't understand it. But for Huntress as an EDR, no. Getting caught up on mod chat. I think they're all quiet. Like, yep. Yeah, it's exactly what it is. I mean, seriously, go in and look at their processes. Put Sysmon on, and put one of the curated lists, and you'll start watching what they're doing. Dude, it's clearly sysinternals, auto runs, and some canary tokens that they kind of mimicked from Baby Red Canary or something, maybe. I don't know, but Kaseya sucked. They still. Anyway. No, the video didn't pause there. I just had to figure out what to say. I cannot say this in a public forum on Dr. Gerald Auger's platform. I can't do it. Catch me outside. There's a lot of good things about ThreatLocker that are good, or there's a lot of things about ThreatLocker that are good. I have some personal opinions on some other things. Again, I'm a very opinionated person. I'm a very technical person. So, but they're doing a lot of good for the industry. I mean, look at what they're doing for Simply Cyber, right? And, you know, doing everything like that. So, I mean, they're not a bad company. Like, I would never say, like, let's just take hypothetically Webroot, right? Or Clam AV. Stay the heck away from them. I mean, do what you want to do, but stay away from them, right? I'm not going to say that about ThreatLogger. It's just, I have some opinions on them. Oh yeah, it was 2022, so it was 3 years ago. Okay. Yeah, it was a effing mess, man. Effing mess. I thought it was a little sooner than that. Hey, who here is going to Denver's Wild Wild Hackin' Fest? And looking at mod chat, ThreatLocker knows who I am, and they know my opinions of them, both the good and the bad. So we've had numerous conversations. All right, Luke Canfield's going to be there. The real Biblio, if I'm pronouncing that right. I've already been called out by mod chat that I'm already butchering somebody's name. Yes, Casually Joseph, we know. Yeah, I know you'll be there. Let me check my threat intel feed. See if there's anything in my side stories that James, yeah, Wild Wild Hackin' Fest just happened not too long ago, right? In Deadwood, they are spinning up a second one. Rumor has it, I don't know if it's public knowledge yet. I've gotten some intel about. Again, I'm not sure what I'm allowed to say and what I'm not allowed to say because I am a sponsor and sometimes I do get privy to information. But there are considerations for more conferences coming up in the years to come in potentially cities near you. Because I think they understand while Deadwood is massive, it's kind of reached its capacity. And it is hard to get to. Like, unless you live near Deadwood, it's like, it's an all-day trip, right? I mean, you're flying all day. Like, you're just MIA. So... it's being vetted. It's being vetted. I do have a meeting with them next week. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the questions have been kind of light. The comments have been awesome. Thank you so much for them. I know that we are kind of dropping off a little bit here, but I do got to get to some other work and go make some people's days a little bit more grumpier by saying, naughty, naughty, naughty. Don't do that. But anyway, y'all take care of yourselves. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, please stay curious. Go out there, hunt those threat logs, and we'll see y'all next time.
There once was a kid whose passwords laid across all sites. They were the same, a criminal, then found their fame by taking that data to go. Soon may a criminal come to steal your pictures and data and run. One day when the crime is done, they'll steal your...
Hey everybody, I hope you enjoyed that content. Keep the cybersecurity train going by connecting with the other Simply Cyber community resources. We have the Discord server that's lively and always keeps the conversation going. You can connect with me directly on LinkedIn. And also every single weekday morning on the Simply Cyber channel, we're doing live daily cyber threat briefings, 8 a.m. Eastern Time, as well as Thursday at 4:30 p.m. We're doing live stream interviews with industry experts, and we produce videos that we push out every Wednesday morning. I'm Jerry from Simply Cyber. I hope you enjoyed the content, and we'll see you in the next one.